Now I'd like to show you some flutes that I find a little bizarre. If you've been watching some of these videos, you know the basic layout of a shakuhachi, a joint in the middle, not so much that it can come apart, but that you can go work on the inside more when you're making it. But many flutes have no joint at all, so it's all over the place. But you've never seen a flute that's got the joint at the top. Okay. Yeah, and then another one down here. This is a 3-joint shakuhachi. Apart from that strangeness, look how nice it sounds. It's really got a lovely warm sound, and it's got large holes. It's a very modern flute, and I'll play some excerpt from Jimbo Sanya. You can hear some of the range of drama it has. Of course, if you're trying or listening to a flute, you go for the long tones and see if they're nice and smooth. Are they balanced in volume, resonance? Are the notes equally spaced? That's the intonation. What about the high octave? Can you glide right into the high octave? And when you get a flute, some things will be off, and you learn to compensate. I've been picking up these flutes and playing them for you, and I'm not so proud sometimes of what I get. But if I live with the flute for a week or 2 or 5 years, it's going to sound like a totally different instrument. So, behold the 3-joint shakuhachi. And this one here is weird in its own way. It's made by a very powerful player named John Neptune, who really maximized the volume of what you can get out of a shakuhachi. And I know players who are trumpet players, saxophone players, and they have lungs. And after a lifetime of real performances, working with modern instruments, they really have the lungs for overblowing shakuhachi. So John Neptune has extra large holes. These holes are so big you can put your finger in and reach the other end of it. And if you have small fingers, don't buy it. Look at the bottom. It's amazing. So I'm going to give you a little sample, but you know what's fun? This flute can play softly as well. So that's something about the shakuhachi. Their dynamic range is unlike any other woodwind. So it's a lot of fun. It may make you a much better player to have a flute that takes a lot more to blow. Actually, that happened to me. I played a relatively normal sized flute in terms of the bore. See, the top is wide at the top and narrows down at the bottom. Well, like this is typical. Smaller hole at the bottom, larger at the top, the blowing end. The sound backs up, it starts a resonance, and it gives you wonderful overtones. It rings the bamboo, and that's really wonderful. So John Neptune flares it out, and you get better projection. It's almost more bell-like on the inside, like a Western instrument. So there's his hunko on the back, nicely made, flush rattan bindings, and he's a fabulous player. You should look into him. And now, oh, the top, by the way, see this moon shape? This is a Tozan style. A Kinko style is a triangle. Tozan is the moon. So we have Tozan flutes and Kinko flutes. Is there any difference in the way they sound? Not at all. It's merely the geometry of this piece of bone or acrylic or horn that's put in there. That's the only difference. So nice curve. This is only aesthetic. When you see shakuhachis, they have all different curves. They're not growing out of the ground like that. They're carefully heated and bent and set to have an attractive curve. And so that's part of the quirks and aesthetics of shakuhachi. Now, Western music really started to take off in Japan. It was a sensation. Maybe that's why that other flute had the joints, the way a clarinet has different joints. This is a very mysterious flute. It has a wonderful tone. It has no joint, nicely bound, lovely, lovely. If you look at the bottom details, this pattern here is absolutely stunning. I've never seen anything like it. It has a flat finish, which means it's never been varnished or oiled. See, when you oil a shakuhachi, and I know this is controversial, but when you oil a shakuhachi, it seals that flute against moisture. But wood is full of moisture, so basically you're sealing in the moisture that's in that flute already. And wood is a living entity. It changes shape all the time. So I'm of the school that you should leave your flute with no finish at all, and your hands are the oil from your hands is the only finish that flute will have. And some people feel that with furniture too, fine furniture. It's never varnished or shellacked. It's only oiled, fine oils. And so here, your oil from your body goes into it. So anyways, getting back to this flute, this hole is in the middle of a node, and these are strangely spaced. And you've been hearing the Japanese scale, but you might not expect this. If you haven't stopped watching this video, I can't believe it. This is a Western scale in a shakuhachi. Whatever for, I don't know. Why would you put 3 joints in a shakuhachi? I don't know. But it kind of works if you figure out the fingering, which I haven't done yet. So it's got 6 holes. The shakuhachi has 2 guide fingers, and there's no holes, and it's got a thumb hole. So where's the 6th hole? The 6th hole is in the bottom. Yeah, it has 2 thumb holes. Now, the shakuhachi, when it came in the Tang Dynasty from China, it had 6 holes, but I can tell you that there were 5 on the top. I mean, really, so I'm going to give that a try again. You know what? You can watch the 2 thumbs in action here. Yeah, I got it. Okay, so I can't play those pieces that I just played for you, but I can play. Okay, Western song. So it's fun. I mean, we're here to have fun, and